Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Jake Hizzett here, CEO of Stob.ai. So I've been gone for a while, but that's cool. I've been making lots of new automations. We've really been focused and doubling down on helping our clients speed up their workflows, which is great for you because it can give you real world automations that are actually helping clients right now as we speak. So they'll be perfect to implement into your own business. Today, we're going to focus on how can we generate lots of different captions to help accelerate social media management. So you might have an e-commerce business or you might have your own social media agency, and you need to plan and develop captions about products that fit a range of different content pillars within your business. So today I'm going to show you how you can quickly generate maybe 30 captions, maybe more at once. It's really up to you, but it saved our social media managers lots of time, probably reducing their workload by about 60%. And if you're a business owner, that's a huge margin that you can capitalize on. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to the channel. And I can't wait to show you this new automation. Okay, so let's get into how to create this awesome automation that's gonna save your social media managers hours and hours of time. It might cost you a day to write 30 social media captions, but with this solution, it can be taken anywhere between about 5 and 15 minutes, depending on the content that you create. Most social media managers in businesses like e-commerce might have 4 or 5 different content pillars that they might want to fulfill during the week. If there's 5 captions for each of those content pillars, then you've probably got somewhere between 20 and 25 captions to write for every social media channel. Now, this social media example I'm going to show you today, we're running for a client, a real world example, 2 markets. So we're running their Australia and their UK market, and each market has different products. So this is a real world case study. I like to use case studies because I'm kind of tired of hearing about lots of different people having claims about how much money they make every month. So I'm going to show you a real world example. So we can see here, we have some binoculars. This is a company called Hick Micro. They make thermal imaging scopes as well as scopes and binoculars. And we want to generate captions for their social media channels, but we want to do it at speed. Okay. We want to do it at speed. So if we jump into this, we'll see that in the Airtable, we have their content plan. Now, if you've watched my other videos, particularly the 15K a month app, you may have seen me create a table that's very similar to this. And that's exactly what we want, really. So we want to create social media content in an Airtable because we can send that via the API directly to the social media channels. So you can see here, we've got social media platform. Today, we're going to focus on Australia, which is just Facebook and Instagram, but we have the capability to run 5, maybe 6, 7, 8 social media channels. It's totally up to you, so long as you have the connection to the API. So we start with the table. We've got the date, we've got the subject, the caption, image, video, reel, which is the different types of content that we're going to push to the API of the corresponding social media channel. Then we've got the social media channel. We can either delete or add depending upon the preference of where we're going to send this. For this client though, they have the same content strategy for both their Instagram and Facebook, so it doesn't really matter. Then we've got the publishing status as well as comments, and this last thing on the end here, which is auto generate caption, which I've just cleaned so that we can make the example today. So we want to generate captions for this product at speed. So how do we do that? Well, we've built this interface, which is actually connected to another table called AutoGen Captions. You can see I've tested it a couple of times today. We've got the notes, which is actually just the structure. So the example caption, we can give it, and we've got links, and we can see here. But how that looks in the interface is a little bit like this. So if you need to create an interface, by the way, in Airtable, you just come here, you click add interface, and then you can select a table to use and in a different format. So in this one, we want to create a form. So if I just go back, click form, and then we've got a form that corresponds to the table layout. In this case, we want to auto-generate the captions. So we need to lay our table like so. The name of the topic, which is actually the name of the caption, a slight discrepancy there, but it will make sense. The notes, which is actually the example template that we're going to use, an assignee, status, website, and publishing date, and the number of captions for that product that we want to generate, as well as the country we're going to send it to, and also the corresponding linked table, which is the Australia, so that when we click in here, we'll be able to see where it's auto-generated captions. I've just cleaned it today so that we have more visibility on what is created. So let me just jump back into that interface and come here. So the topic, I'm going to just quickly run this through again. We'll take inspiration in details, but we could make it any of these things here. So we could make it about one of these products. We can see there's 2 different products on this page, and we'll pick out information about this. But to keep it simple, we will just use a generic title. Now, I won't add a template, which is actually the notes, but I will add the product page because it's going to enhance the quality. I'll select a date, maybe Christmas Day, because it's quite far off, and I'll generate, in this case, 2 captions for Australia. Now, if I press create, you'll see here, we go back to the form, and this will actually run. So we'll see this running in a moment. There we go. It's just run. And we click in there. We can see that we've got a webhook, Airtable, and we're going to be generating the caption. So I'll just quickly come out of here, jump into the auto generation of the captions, and you can see here that it's listed as to do. Now we've got in progress as it's being created, and when it's finished, it will have those 3 captions generated and update this bottom Airtable here. Now, I'll explain that more in a moment, but if we come to Australia, we'll start to see here, we can see we've got a topic and we've got a caption. And this will actually be the caption, and we can edit it, elevate. I like to change to enhance because I really don't like that ChatGPT-esque word. So we can fine tune this maybe a little bit better, but we can see here that we've got the topic of exploring in detail about these binoculars. Now, I've also got an image generation, and the reason why I do this is just to show you that it's possible to auto-generate images, but at the same time, it also might inspire our social media manager to create some cool content based upon the website. And the second caption has come through here. And we can see that we've got 2 different captions. And now the social media manager just needs to edit accordingly. So we're saving a lot of different time. The information about this product has come straight from the website, so we know that it's true. And you can already see how this can save a lot of time in creating social media content. And not only has it been created, but it's also been published or queued to be published as well. And we can see what status it's in by the publishing status. Now, how did we create that? So let me show you very quickly. It starts with a webhook. So the webhook is basically how we're getting the information from the Airtable. So you're going to need the URL. So you want to create a custom webhook and link it and grab this URL and go over to your Airtable where you need to create an automation. And the automation in this case is when the content is created. So when there's content to be created within the Airtable, we want to be able to auto-generate the caption. So bear with me one moment. I'll just show you how that is done. So when we've submitted in the form, we're going to run this script. I'll just zoom out a little bit here. I won't go into too much detail about how I wrote this script, though you can use ChatGPT to enhance your own. What is important though is if we come down here to the left, is we want record ID, lowercase r, capital I, and the value from the Airtable, which is the record ID. So effectively, what this script is saying is that when a record ID meets the conditions, run this script, which will send the information directly to the webhook on make.com. So we can send the record ID to the webhook on make.com, and we can update the field on the AutoGen table to say that it's in progress and that your captions are being created. Super cool, right? So after we've got that record ID, we need to get a record from Airtable. So you can click down here, you can go into the column down here and press get a record. And if you've got your record ID table installed, you just get the record ID from the AutoGen table. Now the AutoGen table is the form, so we've got the information such as the website. So we've put a router in here to say if the website exists, we should run the top sequence. If the website does not exist, then we should run the bottom sequence. The next module we've installed is a repeater. I actually put this in last so that we can generate lots of captions, but we just want to say create the initial value, which is one repetition, and then we've got the number of captions which we filled out in the form, which is to say run this 3 times. Then we've got this HTTP request. You can see here, if we go down to make a request, we can send information to the server of the domain, or in this case, to get information from that server about the web page that we entered, which was the product web page for this content pillar, which is the binoculars of HIC Micro. Now we've added this trim. You don't need to do that. The trim is just there to make sure that there's no additional spaces, and you can find this function here. You just press trim and then enter the website, and it will make sure that if anybody adds a space before or after, let's say a client wanted to generate the captions and you're just providing the Airtable software for them to do so, then it means that your automation is far more robust. The methodology is get, because we want to grab that data, and we're then going to pass that text out from the HTML, so we have all the information about the product without any of the HTML. We send it to ChatGPT, and once we send this to ChatGPT, we'll be able to create a product summary. So you can see here, based upon the website data provided, please create an in-depth summary of the product with the unique selling features or unique selling points to create content. And then we've got the data and the text. So I'll just put that down there and we'll save that as so. And then we want to create the caption. So we're creating the caption based upon the product summary and based upon the note. So the note is actually the example template. So information or example caption. I just correct that right now here. And then we can see that we've got the example caption to be used. Once we've done that, we can then move on to create a title. Now the title is just there to kind of inspire what created the post, but still we're using the same prompt. You're a professional copywriter with over a decade of experience. Analyze and generate a short 5 to 7 post title based upon the given product or website information. So we've got that information here. It's easy to understand, and please avoid using any buffer words. The product URL is here. Now, an interesting point to note is that this GPT module here, this form mini, will actually go to the website and grab that information. So OpenAI, maybe since they've introduced the search functionality, has the capability to actually go to the website. Now, the caption is the caption, but what that would also mean is that you might not need this HTTP module over here. Though, in my opinion, I recommend that you use one because it certainly enhances the quality of the output. After that, we're going to create an image. Now, we are creating an image in this example. We don't have to. And there are other ways to create images, which I've actually posted into the community through making calls to APIs, such as Flux, which is on the repository Hugging Face. If you are interested to use other more low cost and more effective, efficient image generation platform tools such as Flux, please join the community and I'll show you exactly how that's done. But we're analyzing the product here and we're creating the prompt from the caption and the website. So we're scraping the website for images and recreating it to look similar to the product on the website. Now, that gives us the opportunity to create content for our designer to understand what might look cool, give them cool ideas. And also, if you're running auto-generated content about products, or you're okay to run AI-generated content on your social media channels, you can use this solution. Now, from there, we're going, okay, are we going to create this for the Australia or the UK channels? Now, the way we've done that is we want to get the country 4 from the Airtable. So we can see here, country 4, which is on the form of the lead generator, of the caption generator that we've put. So we've made this for Australia, not the UK. So if the text is equal to the UK, use the bottom flow. After that's been done, we can see here, we've got the publishing date, the subject, the copy, the URL, which is from DALL-E, and then the social media platforms, which are Instagram and Facebook. And it's set to not publish because it won't update the publishing status until it has been posted out of the social media channel. And finally, we've got the reference here, which is the ID of the corresponding linked table on the channel. So we know exactly what prompt has created that caption. So that is how we're able to auto-generate the captions. How we then update the table, so once this has run the number of cycles that we've listed, in this case 2, we want to tell the auto-gen captions table that it has been completed. So we're updating the status on that table to done. And that is how we have created a system that will save our social media managers hours and hours and hours of time and enable either our managers or our clients to auto-generate tens, maybe hundreds of captions in a day for their content pillars within their business. I hope you found that video useful. If there's still questions that you have, if there's some parts that didn't really make sense or add up, jump on the community. We're giving away a lot of this information completely free of charge and helping scale several AI automation agencies or social media agencies create automations within their business and help them get clients. So you'll see a lot more videos from me coming soon. I've spent a bit of time away working on the business, helping the clients, learning what their problems are so that I can truly build automations that deliver value. If you do have any questions, jump on the community. Otherwise, please like, share, and subscribe. There's plenty of people out there that need this, and the whole industry of social media generation is completely changing because of AI. So it's a good time to join us, and I'll see you in the community, if not the next video. Thank you.